Going on? This is your boy Solo Mission back on the channel with yet another video. We're going to dive into the vaults of Mgtow once again and talk about love, or was it, and dating in today's time. So we're going to move forward here. If you just happen to be browsing YouTube and on your own personal quest for entertainment, I appreciate you stopping by this video based on the title. You can like, comment, and share. My videos are always uncut, unbiased, unedited, unfiltered. The language in this video may hurt your eardrum, but remember, it's my opinion. Of course, you can always have and form your own, and it should be free speech. So enough yip yapping. Let's go ahead and dive into it now. We're talking about love, or was it? Now, as a man that's going his own way, if you're following the Mgtow, or a man that's focused on his money, his goals, living his truth, always having an open mind, and dating multiple women. I think that's my version of Mgtow. So let's move forward here. Now, when we talk about, was it love, or was it just a facade for the woman that you have dealt with in your past? And even when I reflect on some of the women that I have dealt with in my past. Now, from a personal point of view, and comments are always welcome, the women that I have dated, including my child's mother, once the times got hard, is when I seen her true colors. Everybody puts on a facade, if you will, or a good image, in the courtship phase of a relationship, of a getting to know you. You dress nice, you smell good, everything is all nice, everything is laid out, right? But when you start getting to know that person, after the sex, or let me say the newness wears off, then you start seeing the true colors of a person. That's when you start seeing the attitude problems. Sometimes you can actually see the jealousy, if you will, with your mate. If they see you doing good and they're stationary, they want to bring you down. The calmness, the excitement, the thrill that it was when you first met is no longer there now. The excitement is gone. Somehow arguments has replaced the excitement of going out and trying new things. You're always arguing. You're not on the same page anymore. But when we get to those hard times in a relationship, is it love, or is it just a facade? And I think most men, especially men that are married, I never been and never will, all right? But for men that are married, that happen to be watching this video, and you may be in a good marriage. Let's just put that scenario out there. Your marriage is going good. You may have a newborn child or a child already, and everything is going good from your point of view. No matter if you're a woman watching this video or a man. And as time goes on, you start to see things being more revealed that you didn't know about your mate when y'all was in the dating stage. And I'm not talking about the washing the dishes, taking out the trash. That's superficial. I'm talking about the deeper stuff that if I lose my job, will you still be there? Will you encourage me to go out here and continue to look for work? Will you encourage me to better myself academically and always have a quest for knowledge and want to seek a better and higher plateau? The higher level of status, if you will. From a man point of view, we know that when women feel that they have reached the breaking point, or they have gained all they can get from a particular man, they go seek a higher status man, monkey branching, if you will, to a better man, to a better scenario, a better outcome from them. They always focus on their end game, all right, to make sure that they look good in the situation or scenarios. Your wife or your quote-unquote girlfriend, even your child's mother, you can be together for years. But once you reach that point where it's getting hard, the income is not coming in, you're constantly arguing, constantly fighting, you sitting there trying to work it out for the children. A lot of people do that. A lot of people stay in relationships knowing full well that it should have been long gone over. You shouldn't move on. Police is being called. And you got all that in your business. You going to jail. You're paying probation, anger management classes, etc. And you know that you need to go on and find somebody else that can give you that inner peace, that can appreciate you for what you do and bring to the table. But when we get in these relationships and we get caught up in this, the newness, the excitement, the thrill of that feeling, if you will, when you first meet somebody. Now, of course, that fades just like a child around Christmas time open up his gifts. He's excited on December the 25th. But by December the 30th, a mere 5 days later, the newness is gone. The excitement over the toys has faded. Damn near playing with the old toys he had back in November or October. You see what I'm saying? And my point with that logic is that once the newness wear off in the beginning of the courtship stage, the dating, the getting the sex on a regular basis, going to different places, trying new things, communicating is good, it's effortless. Some people get in a relationship and they say it just flows so smooth. We have this vibe, this connection. It's almost like we've been knowing each other for years. But once it hit that breaking point, once it hit that rock bottom place where one of you lose a job, you introduce a child into the scenario. Now you're raising a child now. Then you see, is this true love? Because we know it's not. Because, see, once they get to that last string and everything is about to end, you see the true colors of your mate. All the ticky-tack stuff that you never seen when y'all was dating. But you see how quick she or he, depending on your relationship, is quick to push your buttons and trigger you some emotions out of you. Constantly bring you down with degrading comments, statements. Us guys, we always hear, every time we get a breakup or whatever, you hear the classic, fuck you, I don't need you anyway with your small ass dick. That kind of shit. Every woman done told a man that. Even the women watching this video probably laughing like a motherfucker right now. Because y'all do that shit. But is it love or is it a facade? I mean, it's not a hard question because we know. Because once you go through a divorce, you see the true colors, the rage that a woman has when she's kicking you out of the house or kicking you out of the apartment. She's yelling profanity at you, telling you not gonna see your kids no more. What happened to the love that we supposed to have when we first met? See, when we talk about Mgtow and men going their own way, or my own personal spin on it, a man was always focused on his money, his finance, his goals, living his truth. Meaning that personally, I know marriage is not for me, so I just rather date. Always having an open mind and dating multiple women of all race. But when we talk about a man going his own way, it's best that a man go his own way from the beginning. Not complete, because see, Mgtow is different levels of this shit that I see, because you got people on here that go Mgtow and you're like, damn a woman, period. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not advocating that. What I'm saying is, don't be a simp, don't be a pushover, don't be weak. Don't live society version of life for a woman. Don't be used and abused by women for the idea or the notion of love. But when we talk about a man going his own way, it's best that a man go his own way from the beginning. That way you don't have to experience none of this nonsense that you deal with women. You don't have to waste years and have kids and have all these different scenarios that you have to go through, all because of the ideal of love, dating. You thought everything was so peachy and cream in the beginning. And then when you realize once that relationship hits the hard time, the breaking point, you realize that you didn't have that strong individual that you thought you had. Because she's going to leave and go to the next scenario that's better for her. Whether she got kids or not, she's still going to go. The system is going to make it even easier for her to go, leaving you there to pick up the pieces and start all over. All right? Don't be that man. Get your stuff together. Stay focused on the mission. Go your own way. All right? Peace.